get to our Mary Jo Ola. She's live in Waukesha right now, where you've been talking with people, I think, coming out of the courtroom who were there to witness this verdict today, Mary Jo.
Yeah, Tom, as soon as they read that verdict, we were outside the courthouse here, and we started to hear cars driving by, honking, shouting from their cars, condemning Darrell Brooks as the judge continued to read all of those verdicts this morning. Since then, people have been filtering out of the courthouse, including family, friends, and just residents of Waukesha who wanted to be here for this moment as a show of support and solidarity. Generally, everyone we've talked to, they've expressed a sense of somber, bittersweet relief that this trial is over, that there is a verdict in this case, but that, at the same time, they still have to go through this tragedy, and that you have these 6 lives that are no longer here and families changed forever. Take a listen to what one man told us soon after that verdict was read today.
I've lived here my whole life, and I was there the day it happened, and it was a horrible tragedy, and I just wanted to be here to support the community and see this through.
Now, that was Troy Burke, who's a resident of Waukesha. Just to give you a sense of how many people came out to be here for today, both Troy and another woman we talked with said they showed up for today's court session, but there were so many people they had to be in the overflow. They couldn't be in the actual courtroom, just to give you a sense of how large, how big that interest is in this case. Of course, we'll be here the rest of today to hear what other people, friends, family, and residents of Waukesha have to say about this. Reporting live in Waukesha, Mary Jo Ola, TMJ4 News.
Mary Jo, thank you. And the man that she talked to brought up a good point. We talk about the victims here, and we talk about those 6 people that died in this, and the other people that were injured and their families. But we got to remember the thousands of people that were lining the streets when this happened. They are all victims of this as well. The entire community of Waukesha that either watched this happen or was affected by this, because it is not the biggest city out there. So a lot of people, or almost everybody, knew somebody that was either there or was affected by this. So the victims grow beyond, unfortunately, just the people that have passed and that those were injured.
And not even just that, though. You have to think about the first responders as well. Some people maybe still have that stuck in their heads, right, as they're responding to something as large as this when you talk about that many people. So our hearts certainly with all of those people involved.